All right, we're going to look at common forms of Boolean expressions. So the first one we're going to start off with is we're going to start off with what is called sum of product, or we abbreviate that as SOP, Boolean expression form. Okay, so what this is going to be is sum of products. It's kind of firming up how our logic is going to be set up as. So sum we're looking at as a plus, the products we're looking at as a times. So if I had something like A and B, we would say, okay, that's a product. Maybe I have B bar C, well, that's a product. Combining them together here with this plus, now I have a sum of products. And that would be a form that we would want to try to get our answer into. So here are some examples of summing products. We have that example of AB plus B bar C. Maybe I can have single letter by itself. So I can have A with B bar C plus a D, E. Maybe I have something like A plus B bar plus C, D. Maybe I can have something like AB plus B bar E plus C, D, E. I can have a lot of different forms. Now, we want to have our answers into these forms because then it's a little bit of an easier process to go from the equation into the drawing of our circuit. As we're going to try to move into sum of products, there are some theorems that are going to be a little bit more oftenly used. One of the theorems would be x ORed with y, ANDed with x, ORed with z is x plus yz. That's one that we'll kind of use. Another one is x ANDed with or z. Could be just like we would do in regular algebra. We can multiply through the parentheses. That'd be xy plus xz. If we had something that was xw plus y plus z, we can multiply through. It'd be xw plus xy plus xz. You might use other theorems to reduce your answer, but these are going to be the common ones of moving into a sum of products form. Okay, so we can have different ways of how you can go about doing it. Let's say we have example, we want to change the expression to sum of products. Try number one. I'm going to show you, you can go a long method. So the expression we're going to have is A plus BC ANDed with A plus D plus E. Okay, so let's say this is the equation that I want. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to go the long method. I'm going to take this to be X. I'm going to take this one to be W. And take that to be Y. And take this E to be Z. And I can say I multiply through, that's XW plus XY plus XZ. All right, I'm going to substitute that in. A plus BC, and it with A, that's all one group. Next group is A plus BC, ended with D, plus the next group of A plus BC, ended with E. Now, in each of these terms here, I'm going to say that's X, that's a Y, that's a Z. So I get X, Y, XY plus XZ. You know, here in blue, I could say the same thing. This is an X, that's a Y, that's a Z. You know, XY plus XZ. You know, here I can say this is in green. Now, each of these colors, they all work on their own. Okay, so I could have all of these combined together. I just got to make sure that each color is staying together, connected. Okay, so let me substitute in the red, this would be A is X, Y is A. Okay, then the next term is A, B, C. Okay, in the blue, X is D, so I'm just going to write them in alphabetical order. So that's A, D. Then I got B, C, D. Then the next term is E, so that's A, E plus B, C, E. Okay, now that I have this, I'm going to just reorder. I'm going to put everything that has an A next to each other. So AA plus ABC plus AD plus AE plus BCD plus BCE. Okay, now what I'm going to do is A and A. This is X ended with X. That's just a single X. Okay, so that's A plus ABC plus AD plus AE plus BCD plus BCE. And what I'm going to do is all of these terms have an A in common. I'm going to pull out that A. So when I pull out an A, in math and algebra, I would say this is a 1 because A times 1 would give me A plus a BC plus a D plus a E. So all those terms are together, or with BCD plus a BCE. And now if I look at this term here, this is 1 plus X, and 1 plus X is always a 1. So that would give me A ended with 1 plus BCD plus BCE. And X ended with 1 is just X. So I can say that is A plus BCD plus BCE. And this is in sum of products. I have 3 products and they're all being summed together. Well, our starting expression was not sum of products because I had products of sums in the middle, okay? So that was the long way. Let's do try number 2. And try number 2, this would be a shorter method. You could do long, you could do short. It's all going to end up being the same. It's just how do you see the expression being broken up? So let's start with our original, A plus BC, A or D or E. Okay, so where I'm going to start is I'm going to look at A. Those are common. I'm going to say that's X. I'm going to take this to be a Y. X plus, I'm going to take that to be Z. Okay, so x plus y, x plus z, that is x plus yz. Okay, so let me substitute back in. X is a plus y is bc, z is d plus e. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take bc to be x. I'm going to take d to be y. I'm going to take e to be z. And I could take that to be xy plus xz. So that would give me a plus bcd plus bce. And as you see, that was our final answer going the long way. But this only took 2 steps. So there's going to be different methods you can do to go about getting to your final answer. Okay, so sum of products is one form. The other form we're going to have is called products of sum. Okay, so product of sums, we refer to this as POS. It will look something like this. A plus B, B plus C plus D, C plus A. So here is a sum, a sum, a sum, and then we do the product of all. Okay, so examples could be A plus B, C plus D. That's a form of product of sums. Maybe it's just A times B plus C. That's also a sum of products. So it's A by itself is one sum. Something like what we had in the previous example, A plus BC, C plus D. This is not a product of sums because BC is a product. So you only can have pluses. You only can have pluses in product of sums. Okay, so let's take an example and let's work through it. Let's say I have A plus B bar CD. I want to change to a product of sums. Okay, so where would I start? I'm going to take A plus B bar CD. I'm going to do some substitutions. I'm going to say A is X. And then I'm going to just take one of these letters. I'm going to say B is Y, C and D is Z. And X plus YZ, I can take that to be X plus Y and it with X plus Z. All right, so let me substitute back in. I get A plus B bar. That's good. That's a sum already. Then I have A plus CD. I still need a little bit more on this step because this still has a product inside of it. Okay, so I could take that process again, say A is X, C is Y, D is Z. And now that would break out to be X plus Y, X plus Z. Okay, so let me substitute in A plus B bar, A plus C, A plus D. And now that is product of sums. All right, so let's do another example. Let's say I have AB plus AC plus E. All right, so first let me work on this part here because they have something in common. I can say A is X, a Y and a Z. Well, I can break that to be X is Y plus Z. So I can say I have A with B plus C plus E. Okay, when I get to this form, now let me take E as my X, B plus C as my Z, A as my Y. So I got X plus YZ. That's going to break down to X plus Y, X plus Z. Okay, let me substitute in. I get E plus A, E plus B plus C. Oh, that is product of sums. Let's do one last example. Let's say I have AB plus C bar D bar. Okay, so I'm just going to take one of these and I'm going to decide something is X. So I'll say AB is X. I'll say C bar is Y. I'll say D bar is Z. So that's X plus Y, X plus Z. Okay, so I get AB plus C bar, AB plus D bar. And now inside here, I'll take C bar to be X. I'll take A to be Y, B to be Z. And then in blue, I'll do the same thing over here. I'll take D bar to be X, A to be Y, B to be Z. That gets expanded as X plus Y, X plus Z, X plus Y, X plus Z. So I'll substitute in. In red, C bar is X plus A, C bar plus B. And then in the blue, D bar is X, so it's D bar plus A, D bar plus B. And that will be our product of sums. All right, so that's the two different forms that we have. And a lot of times we're going to try to get our final answers into one of these forms.